And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. Oh, I'm excited. I had a lot of fun in the trial chamber, but you know, it reminded me that all of the stuff changed, right? And I like it. I like the fact that, hey, pillagers don't just instantly cause raids when they show up, but that broke my raid farm. Also, you know, I may want to do a little bit more in the child chamber, and I think to do that, I'm going to need one of these. That's right, one of these ominous potions. Problem is, I actually don't need one of these ominous potions. I want lots of these ominous potions. So I think I'm going to go set up a farm to get lots of ominous potions. Portions of potions. And I don't understand words. We're just going to go with it. So I'm at the Pillager Outpost that I've been using for a while to get Bad Omen prior to the 1.21 update anytime I wanted to use my raid farm. Okay, this is great because it's going to be full of pillagers, which is also great because they're going to give me their happy little Bad Omen potions after I inflict death upon their persons, which is okay. I think they're going to be okay with it. The problem is I need to rearrange the real estate here, so let's get to that. You know what I should do, honestly, first of all? Guess what, people? I planned ahead. Okay, I planned several heads, but we're gonna I planned ahead. We are going to set up a couple of iron golems out here. Okay, just to make life easier on me. Hi. Okay, that's really the first iron golem I've made? Huh. Weird. I have plans. It's gonna take a little while to get them going, and so I actually have like probably 37% of a plan. I think I know how I want this to work. Is it going to work the way I expect it to? Probably not, because that's the way my plans typically go. But at least I have a vague general idea of how this is going to go. And as we all know, what happens in vagueness stays in vagueness. So, yeah, let's build this thing. I wonder if they're just going to sort of set up. It's like in Fair Verona, where the iron golems live on one side and the pillagers live on the other, and they're just, you know, will fight anytime they see each other, but generally kind of keep to themselves. As long as I don't have to deal with a tragic love story between an iron golem and a pillager, I think I'm going to be okay. But 1.21 changed the Bad Omen mechanics, right? So prior to that, what would happen is if you killed a pillager leader, one of the dudes with the flag on his back, you got Bad Omen, and that ended up being bad anytime you walked into a village, okay? But that was really annoying. So Mojang, I think, did the right thing and got rid of that. And instead, what happens is the pillagers now will drop a Bad Omen bottle, which you can then choose to drink. And then if you have Bad Omen after that, it's all on you. You know, silly holes. But that's on you, and then you can just choose to deal with the raid at that point. And then, of course, there's also perks in the thing. So that's why I'm farming them. The tower is gone, which is fabulous. I am very excited about that. But what I need to do now is I'm going to make the tower the center of my new farm. So what I need to do is figure out where the center of this tower is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So probably right about here. And, okay, right where that iron golem is. Right there will be the center of the farm. So that, I think, is going to be where my elevator up is going to go. So the next thing I need to do is I need to lay this area out and make it safe for democracy. Or, I mean, me. Yeah, because I'm not at all, I'm not at all a tyrant. No, not even a little bit. The first step here is going to be to basically set up an area that's not spawnable. So we're going to keep all of the pillagers out of this area. Okay. the idea is when I set up the farm area, I'm going to have iron golems as bait. But obviously, I can't just let the golems wander around loose like those guys are. They'll die eventually, which would be sad for the golems, and we can't have that now. So what I'm going to do is set up an area where I can put up a couple of iron golems as bait, sucker the pillagers in, and when they get a little bit closer, I'll drop them down into a water stream so I can lift them up to a killing chamber, okay? Very fun, very easy, but it does require that I have a big area here that's, just put that there so it's easy to see. It's just so I have a nice area here where the pillagers won't spawn and I don't have to worry about them killing my golems. I now have an area marked out that is spawn proof, okay? Nothing is going to spawn here on all of this carpet. Now I've marked out with this grass what should be the general spawning area of the area around the tower that was here, okay? So the pillagers will spawn out in sort of a radius. I think it's like 72 by 72 by 50 something, centered at the top of the tower. All right, well, I'm not going out quite that far. I'm going out, well, actually, I guess I am. It's about 36 blocks from the center, so I might actually be out a little bit further, but, you know, okay, math is my strong suit. I'm not good at arithmetic, guys. I have a degree in mathematics. Doesn't mean I can actually divide by 2. Anyway, that's where the pillagers are going to spawn. Before I start getting all of the pillagers spawning stuff in place, I think I need to build the area where they're going to end up and get them all up into the killing chamber, right? So that's going to happen over here. So here's the deal. With this spawn proof, and us driving the pillager spawns out to the fringes, the idea is I'm going to suck them in this way, again with iron golem bait, and they're going to have to come through these gates, right? These ones here and over there, right in each side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up so that the pillagers will have to come down through here. They're going to have to fall through these holes, okay? Now I also need to put some trap doors up so they think they can walk through and all that fun stuff, but actually I'll probably widen this up just a little bit more. But yeah, so they'll have to come through here, okay? Now what'll happen is once they're down here, I'm going to flush them all this way into the center of the farm, right where the pillager outpost was, right? See, right here. And that's going to be the elevator up to the kill chamber, okay? Okay, I now have 4 happy pillager kill chambers. Though I did forget to put some walls around a couple of these. Yeah, just be sure the pillagers will go straight into the fun there. And yes, the golems need to go away, but for now they're okay. All right. So yeah, so the idea is the pillagers will then drop in and then roast their wee little bits on the campfires. Cool. So next thing I need to do is get some hoppers under each of those to collect their wee little bits. And then I can start worrying about some bait in the middle of this, which actually, well, which could be fun. All right. Yeah, so let's get some hoppers and things under each of these and figure out some water channels here. So I've had a bunch of iron golems up patrolling the island. You can see them, a few of them around. Others have sort of drowned, you know, that happens. But, or not drowned, but they're sitting at the bottom of the bay because that seems like fun. So what I want to do here is just temporarily, actually not even temporarily, I'm going to go ahead and set up my bait golem. Okay? So the idea is this guy's going to hang out right here. Right? Now, the plan such as it is going to be to get the golem in place and basically get him just sort of hanging out to be bait. And the reason I want to do this now is because I'm going to be underground and I don't know what those guys are doing. I may end up with some more pillagers and things like that around. I think I'm going to set up the bait now so I can get the pillagers tracking on this guy. And if those other golems show up or don't get them, I'll have this bait, and that will keep all of the, it'll keep all of the pillagers, you know, I don't know, excited or something. It'll give them some place to go, okay? That's the idea. Also, I should probably throw a little bit of light here. I don't think it's going to need it, but, you know, it looks cooler anyway. I've set up a comparator clock here, so now everything that goes into this dropper will just get spit out into a water line going this way, okay? Which is great. Now, ultimately, I need all of the water to go out here, so getting the hydrology of this going is going to be kind of weird, and I'm not entirely sure the best way of doing that, but we're gonna see what I can do to be sure that everything that flows out of these, well, especially these side corridors, make it into the water stream and don't get flooded back and doing weird stuff. Okay, so I think I know what to do, but it's gonna take a little playing to be sure I'm doing it correctly. I think I've got the water sorted out. So we've got the dispensers going, and it turns out I built 2 of these at a higher level than the other 2 because, yeah, obviously that was the way to do it. But if I were to take the water like this, okay, stuff will flow this way. It's like, so if I throw this kelp out there, right, it'll eventually go this way. Or if I throw it out there, oops, well, I will pick it up. Let's get out of the way. It'll flow through, and it might bounce around a little bit, but it will eventually flow down that way, okay? This will just flow over the ice and go straight. At least that's the idea. So, okay, so I think I've got this kind of sort of sorted out. So now everything will flow this way. I just need to get this one spitting out. I think I may have it spit in this direction just to make the redstone a little nicer. And then all of the drops get to flow right under this little piece of dirt to what will be a storage system. So, sweet. Okay, I just flew away for a minute so I can get some mobs spawning, and I got a raid captain, and he fell in the fires, and we absolutely have an ominous bottle. So, Bad Omen 4. Perfect. So, this is great. This makes this farm really, really simple. As long as I'm not here, this is going to go great. Right? Right. Okay, and since I had a bunch of pillagers spawn, you can see I've got mini HUD up in the corner. That lets me see mob health. And my iron golem has taken no damage. So, I think he's going to be fine. I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about from the pillagers, which is fabulous. So, I guess the next thing to do is going to be to set up my sorting system so that I can get all of the output from this thing. And then fill in the island so that we can have all of the pillagers spawning. And this will be nice and simple. Now that the technical part of the farm is done, you know, the pillagers will spawn and, you know, burn to death in these happy little holes of death. It's time to put together the storage system and the collection system where I can collect all of those happy little drops, like all of the bad omen potions, ominous potions. I know what they are. They're absolutely ominous. All right, so let's get that in place. All right, the sorting system is in place minus a few bottles of bad omen or ominous potion dealy bobs, right? That'll need to go up there. So I'll get those in a minute. my next step is to build an AFK spot way the heck up there. Okay. Now, that's going to be nice and easy. I think I'll just build myself a couple of, you know, a nice bubble elevator dropping right down here somewhere. And, yeah, make getting up and down really easy. So I'm up at about Y160, and I've got a spawning sphere in place here from Mini HUD, so I can see, hey, where do I have to worry about things spawning? And it turns out, not over there. All of the spawning spaces are going to be here where the pillagers are, and some space underwater. But I'm in an ocean, so most of the caves under here are going to be flooded. So this is actually going to be a really nice and clean spawning area. Well, I needed to run home for a minute to get some boxes of dirt, okay? So I built up a nether portal. Now this is going to link, assuming I've done the math correctly, which is always an interesting question. This should link to the top of my tower right there by the farm, which it does, and that is fabulous. So, sweet. Now I can get back and forth fairly quickly. Let's go ahead and drop down here. Oh, yeah, taking my life in my hands every time I drop down there. But now that I'm here, it's time to start filling in this island, I think. All right, I think this island is done. Now, here, let me get up top here. We'll let the pillager spawn, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the island here. So I've got this lovely square. Now, pillagers will spawn outside of their tower. Oh, it's like a 72 block radius, okay, or 72 block diameter. Excuse me. Well, what I did is, instead of going out like the 32 blocks, I can see these guys in the corners, right? I think I'm going to have to trim that out because I trimmed out the sides here. And what's happening is these pillagers are too far away from the iron golem to care, okay? So I think what I'm going to have to do is go down and shave off probably an angle, maybe about 5 or 6 blocks from that corner. 6 or 7. If I shave off a little more, that's not that big a deal. But you can see they're just sort of standing around instead of going to run happily to their death, which is really the way I'd prefer it. So I did a little testing, and I trimmed off the corners of the square because what was happening is the pillagers were standing out there on the sides and were too far away from the golem. Now that I've trimmed off these corners a little bit, basically took off, about 11 blocks from the corner back towards the center of the square, now it looks like all of the pillagers are going. And for those that like to keep track at home, from the iron golem, it's, if that square is 0 and each of those fence posts is 1, it's 28 blocks out to each side of the square. Or I guess it's an octagon now, but that's working. And now we're getting all of the pillagers here just happy to throw themselves into the fire and give me their ominous potions. Now it's unfortunate, the only drops I get from this farm are the ominous potions and banners, and those only come from the raid captains. You know, so all of these other guys that are dying, they're just wastes of space. And I don't think they like to hear that. Honestly, they're probably going to see their therapist about it right this instant, after that sick burn. But now, really, the only things that drop from this farm are the ominous bottles and banners. And I don't care about the banners, so they're burning, right? They get flushed out to that little bit of fire. But the bottles all go into the sorting system. So, yeah, I think we've got ourselves a nice little farm going here. We had been chatting. I think we had been chatting that day, but I honestly don't remember. Ah! What the heck? Okay, presents. That's right. I remember somebody said they left a present. Okay. No, legit. That just scared the pants off me, and I don't know why. Gifts are scary. Okay, let's see what's inside this giant present of doom. A torch. And, ooh, happy puppy. Nice. Oh, yes, with the cute little puppers. Oh, it's the full black one, too. Oh, those are so cute. All right, let's see if it'll tame. And, oh, what a cute little puppers you are. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. You are just the cutest little puppers ever. Nice. Oh, I'll have to come up with a name for him. Oh, so cute. And that is going to do it for me today. This has been so much fun to build. And, man, it is so easy. So easy. And, hey, if you like easy farms, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And, you know, there could be more coming. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.